Shalom, shalom. I want to start off this video giving our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of the great millstone that rule well and teach well, while learning truth 100% according to the Bible. I also want to say shalom to the Lord's elect, the 144,000, the men, prophets, servants scattered abroad the four corners of the earth, and shalom to you, Akwat, which are you few sisters out there that are sincere in your children, shalom. And in today's lesson, I'm actually titled it, Grid Failure and Blackouts is Coming to Babylon the Great, which is Displace America. And I'm actually be titling today's video that, building off of this little short that was posted by the brother, the Hopeful Elect 3, where you basically got this Eve, so-called black woman, basically saying that, power outages are coming to America, which we know power outages is coming to this place, man. That, ultimately, in order for them to bring about this digital system that we know they're going to bring forward this MOTB, they have to do away with this current system that we're on. So we know that, grid failures and things like that is going to happen, and you've been having these things happen on a small scale in this country for the last few, months. Going back to that situation that occurred in San Francisco a few months back when you had, the power that was out for a few hours. And then you had it happen in other different regions and places throughout America where the power will go out in certain towns and things like that for a few hours. The phones will go out and then it'll eventually come back on. But there's going to come a time very soon where the power is going to go out, man, and it's going to stay out for a while, ultimately till they bring on this new system, right? And we know these things are coming because, as it tells you in the scriptures, right? The second Esdras, chapter 15, verse 10, it said, "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt." And that Egypt is not talking about ancient Egypt, but modern Egypt, which is here in America, Babylon the Great, which is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, right? Verse 11 is the point. "But I will bring them with the mighty hand and the stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." You see, that's land as well that this ain't talking about ancient Egypt, because it says smite Egypt with plagues as before. So this is talking about a modern Egypt, which is America. And the plagues, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you brothers and sisters already know of the account in the book of Exodus, where the Lord brought those plagues upon ancient Egypt. And one of those plagues that the Lord brought was darkness. And he said that he's going to smite, modern Egypt, which is Babylon, with those plagues and more, right? So this place, America, going to get hit with blackouts, cyber attacks and all of these various different things. This is coming to this place, man. You see the grid going down, people being without electricity, the Wi-Fi shutting off. These things are going to be reality real soon in this country, man. A lot of people think that ultimately these things could never happen, but hey, it is going to happen. You see, and it's going to happen soon, sooner than what most people think, And I'm actually go to that account in the book of Exodus, right? We're going to pull that out about that darkness, right? This Exodus chapter 10, and I start at verse 21. And as you can see, the subheading, it says darkness over the land, right? In the NLT, it said a plague of darkness. "And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand towards heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt," right? "And Moses stretched forth his hand towards the heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days." Right? "They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days, but all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings." Right? And I'm going to read it in the NLT. "A plague of darkness. Then the Lord said to Moses, lift your hand towards heaven, and the land of Egypt will be covered with a darkness so thick you can feel it. So Moses lifted his hand to the sky, and a deep darkness covered the entire land of Egypt for 3 days. During all that time, the people could not see each other, and no one moved, but there was light as usual where the people of Israel lived, So, yeah, man, these are the times that are coming again. You see, like they say in the world, history repeats itself. There's no new thing under the sun. What happened back then, hey, the Lord is going to do a rerun of it, but this time it's going to be worse. You see, because everything is hooked up by the power, man. This grid that's hooked up here in America, it controls everything, the internet, the Wi-Fi, the cell phones people use. And just imagine, all of that getting cut off, man, which is coming. Guess what? That's going to make a lot of these people bug out, man. And we know that these are the times that the Lord is bringing to this country, man. Chaos, pandemonium, civil unrest, all type of anarchy. These are the things that are coming to this place, America, man. And a blackout or a grid outage would definitely, make all of those things possible. You see? So I'm going to get into this quick video that the brother posted. It's real quick, and we'll allow it to play.
Don't think for 1 second that this power grid failure that's going on in Cuba cannot happen in the United States. Y'all, put your thinking caps on. We should not need warning. This power grid, listen, it's just waiting to happen. And it's just the truth. We praying, we believing, we rebuking. We hoping it don't happen. But prepare yourself. Don't get caught off guard. Don't let nothing catch you off guard. Listen, we see what's going on. We know what's going on. Don't think for a second that we can't lose power here in the United States. We done seen things happen. Y'all be safe. Prepare. Put your thinking caps on. Listen. Prepare.
Right? And you hear what it is Eve said for the little bit of the video I did, a lot of play. It was a short. But yeah, she's absolutely right, man. A darkness is coming to this place, America, because, the majority of these Babylonians, these American people, they don't believe in their mind that, things like what they see happening in Cuba, because you have Cuba right now. There's a blackout over there in that place, man, due to, Trump taking away the oil, the resources and things of that nature over there, and stripping them of those things. You got Cuba right now in darkness, right? And majority of people here in Babylon, they're so comfortable, because nothing has never happened to this country on that level. They don't believe in their mind that these things are coming. But hey, stuff like this is coming to America, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to bring all type of terrors, to this place, man, and it's coming soon, man. It's only a matter of time, so let me grab Second Esdras, the 14th chapter, verse 16. For yet greater evils, meaning bad times, right? For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter, man. So yeah, man, everything that we see happening now is only small compared to what's coming, man. Greater evils are coming. Dark days are getting ready to come to this earth, especially here to this place, America, man. You see some very dark times, man. You see a time like no other is coming to this place, man, right? Where things are just going to be like never before, man. You see, that's what's coming. Jacob's trouble, a time like no other. It's going to be so many things happening. People are not even going to know what the hell to do, man. That's why Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he's going to be with his elect in these times, man, because we're going to need the Lord with everything that's getting ready to come down the pipeline upon this country, man, and upon the earth, in these times, man. You see, because like I said, man, blackouts are coming. We don't know what day, of course, what hour, what second, but we know it's coming. Because like I said, in order for them to bring about this new digital system, which they already have everything set for it, they just need an excuse to fully implement it, right? They're going to have to do away with the system we're on. So there's going to be, a power outage, or a grid collapse or whatever it may be that they want to call it, and that's why it's no coincidence for the last few weeks, they've been pushing it heavily into the minds of the people about Iran and these cyber attacks. They've been actually coming out the last few weeks talking about how Iran can possibly, cyber attack and, attack certain things over here in America as far as the infrastructure, right? Due to that war that's going on over there. So, they're putting this into the minds of the people to get them prepared for something. Because, hey, whether it's a Black Swan event or whatever the case may be, something is coming to America, right? And it's coming soon, right? And we're not ignorant of Satan's device, right? Which I'm going to grab that too. This 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Lest Satan, meaning our adversary, that's Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the devil, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, right? For we are not ignorant of his devices. Yeah, we're not ignorant of this man's schemes, his tricks, right? Because like I said, he's been talking about cyber attacks and, America's grid going down. They literally been speaking on these things for the last few months, getting it into the mind of the American people so that when these things come, people, basically be accepted with it, or they'll believe in their mind that Iran has something to do with it, not knowing the whole time that it's your government that's doing it, that's really trying to bring in this new system so this MOTB can come, which it will happen because it's all prophecy. The MOTB is coming. So, hey, anything can happen that can, ultimately make this blackout or, make the power go out, what I'm trying to say, basically, right? So, yeah, man, these are the times we're living in, man. Things like this is coming to America, man. You see, it's only a matter of time, So with that being said, Lord's willing, I pray this video be edifying. I'm not going to make it long. Like I said, it was just a quick hit building off of that short that the brother had posted, So Yahweh I desire this video be edifying to you brothers out there that may come across it. With that being said, we're going to end it giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai Ba'ashim Rakak Wadash. Till the next time, Kwang Yasharala and Shalom to the Lord's elect. Shalom.